Welcome. In this video, we'll be working on this dashboard page. We'll be creating this dashboard page. In our last video, we were able to create a session for our user, and then we set the session ID in the cookie so that we can easily identify users that are already signed in. Anytime a user that is already signed in wants to access a restricted route on our app, we can easily authenticate those users so that they don't have to keep resigning in and resigning in for every pages they need to access. Okay, so in this video we'll be creating the dashboard page. Currently we have this 404 page being displayed for our dashboard page. This is because the dashboard page has not been created, and by default Next.js is going to create a 404 page for all pages that are not existing for a Next.js application. Okay, so this is what the dashboard page looks like. All right, we just have a simple dashboard page to illustrate a protected route. Okay, so we also have this sign out button that will be conditionally rendered for only users that are signed in. Any user that is not signed in will not see the sign out button. All right, so it is only visible for only users that are already signed in. Let me sign in once again. All right, so here we have our dashboard. The dashboard is a simple one. We are just going to have a main container, and then we are going to have this white container. Okay, so to start with, we are going to go to our app directory, and then we are going to be creating a dashboard file. Okay, ensure that the dashboard is directly inside of this app directory. It is not inside of this auth. It is directly inside of the app directory. So we're going to create a file inside of dashboard directory. So we're going to have dashboard. Okay, then I'm going to have page.tsx. All right, so here let's create a React component. All right, I'm going to call this dashboard so that it is descriptive. Okay, so here we are going to have a main component, and like we always do, I'm just going to copy the styles, okay, to save us some time. Okay, and then I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so if we save this now, let's see. Okay, the default export is not a React component. Let me refresh the page. Okay, so what do we have? All right, so we have our main part. Now let's have another container inside of this. Okay, so this container is what we are going to use to centralize all of our components on all of our sections on the page. Okay, so we are going to give it a width of full and max width of 7XL. All right, that corresponds to 80 rem, which is 1280 pixels. Now we are going to have our white container. This white container, we are going to be having it here. Okay, we are going to give it a border radius of extra large. All right, and we give it a background of white. Okay, we're also going to give it padding of 2 rem, which corresponds to P8. Okay, and then we're going to have a shadow of large. Okay, so that's going to be a white background. If we see our page now, okay, so you can see a white container. All right, so the first thing we are going to have there is this dashboard, which is going to be heading 1. All right, so we are going to have this heading 1. Okay, and inside of the heading 1, we are going to have this dashboard test dashboard. Okay, so if we use emmet for this now, we're going to have this. So let me copy the styles for this. Okay, then I'm going to paste that here. All right, if we save that, we are going to have a dashboard heading 1. Now after that, we are going to be creating these cards, this welcome back, quick start, and for recent activity. Okay, so I'm going to have a grid container here. Okay, so this is going to be the container for the cards. All right, I'm going to copy the styles to save us time. Okay, we are focusing on authentication, not on CSS. So this is going to be the first one, is going to be the welcome card. welcome card. Okay, so here we're going to have a container for the card, and inside of the container we are going to have heading 2. Okay, and as a sibling, the heading 2 is going to have a paragraph as a sibling. So we have this paragraph, we save that. Okay, so this is the styles for the card. All right, and for the heading 2, this is also the styles. Okay, so I'm going to paste the styles here. All right, and inside of the heading 2 we are going to have a welcome back, welcome. Okay, then we have back. All right, and inside of the paragraph we are going to have admin user. Okay, this is going to be a dynamic value. Okay, if the user is admin, we have admin user. If the user is a regular user, then we are going to have regular user. So it is going to be a dynamic value, right? But we are going to get to that in later videos. Okay, so this is going to be text grade 600. All right, so if we save that, we are going to have our first card. So if we check that, so here we have our first card. Now let's move on to the second card. So the second card has a similar structure to this, so I'm just going to copy this. Okay, so let's call this quick start. Quick starts. Okay, so this is the overall container for the card. This is going to be quick start. All right, so I'm going to have a quick start. Okay, and here we are going to have 2 paragraphs. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. All right, I'm going to duplicate that. Then we're going to call this profile status. All right, okay, and then we're going to say it is active. And this one, I'm going to say what is the role. The role is going to be admin for an admin user. Okay, for a regular user the role is just going to be user, but we need to wrap these two in a container. Wrap with abbreviation. Okay, so I'm going to use a div for that. Then I'm just going to give it a class of space y2. Okay, that's going to, all right, I'm just using VS Code element abbreviation. You can just type it out manually. All right, okay, so that goes for the second card. Okay, so now we need to create the third card. Then we're going to call this recent activity. Okay, so this heading is going to be recent, then activity. All right, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm just going to delete this. Okay, I need just a single paragraph here, and then this is going to be no recent activity to display. This is just a template dashboard. Okay, so if we save that, now we have our dashboard. So that's all about our dashboard, but there is something that we need to take note of. Currently now, any user can access this dashboard. Either the user is signed in or the user is not signed in. Let me show you that. I'm going to log out manually. Let me delete my session. Okay, I'm going to delete the cookie from my session. Then that is going to log me out manually. Okay, so let me delete this. All right, normally by deleting this I shouldn't be able to access this dashboard. Okay, so but you can see now I can still access it. All right, so currently any user can still access our dashboard. If I go to my address bar now, okay, and I typed dashboard in there, you can see I can still access the dashboard, whereas only a logged in user should be able to access the dashboard. If you check my cookie, you can see I don't have an active session. Okay, so in our next video now we'll be handling this access management with Next.js middleware. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel so that you'll be able to see more of the videos as I'm dropping them. Okay, so that's all for now. I'll be seeing you in the next video.